Welcome to Aurelius Whitlock's Murder Museum.
I'm Marcus Richardson.
And I'm Nathan Hicken.
And myself and Out-of-Pocket Watson have been recruited, I suppose that's the best title I can think of for him, to solve a mystery on an ancient Greek island full of ancient Greek heroes. And the last words I heard were from the Oracle, as enigmatic as I would have hoped.
Downright creepy, don't you think? Whispers Watson.
Yeah, I would say so. I respond back to her, Euryale, did anyone want to do her in, lest your bandages wear thin?
Ooh.
On the spot, rhyming's hard.
Yes. No, but hey, that was good. My threads are still, the thrumming stopped, the veil of unknown has appeared and dropped. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is one of the reasons I stopped coming around.
Uh-huh. Well, unfortunately, I don't think I can keep the rhyming up, but as an oracle, do you see the future? And if so, will we discover Euryale?
The future, present, past, the same. Death lies with you at the end of this game.
Lies with me? As in, well, I would be very unsurprised if Euryale was found dead. So if I can get that much from that, I mean, makes sense. You know, perhaps I should return with more direction to you, Arachne. Not to say that your poems are not riveting and helpful, ?
This exchange has displaced the spirit's core. Shadows fall, I see no more. She puts her hand in front of her eyes.
Okay. All right. I got to try that for ending the conversation. That's good. Okay. Well, that gives me permission to leave. Taking the key given to us by Celine, I'd like to go to Greek numeral
yes.
2, the quarters of Euryale.
Uh-huh. All right, you unlock the door and you enter. It's a large, spacious suite with a bed, a mirror, and a few scattered personal belongings. So you find a couple of items scattered around. This is going to be point-and-click style. You find a babushka scarf.
What does that word mean?
It's one of those scarves that Russian old ladies wear, / Audrey Hepburn in the 60s.
Yes. I wasn't sure if in the context of Greece it was, I don't know, something different. Okay, I know what I'm visualizing. Got it.
Yes. You find a scrap of paper and a folded note that was stamped.
Okay. Assuming the scarf has nothing in it, does it have any traces of hair or anything, or is it just a scarf?
It has nothing. It is just a scarf.
Okay. The scrap of paper, does it have writing on it?
It has the beginning of something. It looks like something has been torn off, but the words that are left say, "This wretched curse."
Vibey.
Mm-hmm.
And the folded note.
You open the note, unfold it, and you see just one line of script. "Meet me in the northern corridor, my love."
Is this written in different handwriting than "this wretched curse"?
Yes, it is.
Am I getting the sense that these are in Greek and I'm blessed with the gift of insight?
You are blessed with the gift of translation somehow.
Unimportant.
Otherwise, this would not be in English, yes. But if you want me to throw it in Google Translate, I will gladly do so.
No. No need for that. Did you say this was a stamped note?
Sealed. Like a
Sealed.
little with a wax stamp.
Okay, not like an insignia on that wax or anything like that.
No, just a plain wax stamp.
Okay. So I wonder, my default would be to assume this is something given to Euryale because it has been opened. The seal was broken, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so that makes me think that someone had requested Euryale to meet them in the northern corridor, which I do not know what that is. Watson, do you know if the northern corridor is a part of this island, or is that a corridor within the temple itself?
I'm honestly not sure on that one.
Okay, well, I'll have to perhaps ask around. Is there anything hidden under the bed in this room?
You look around and you see a small Grecian suitcase. All that it has in it are changes of clothes, different togas and scarves.
Okay.
And sandals and other Greek wear.
Masculine or feminine? I don't think I established.
Feminine, yes. I don't know how you tell that.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's the next question. I'm like, I wouldn't know the difference. I wish I knew stories of someone named Euryale, unless that's like a name for Eurydice. I know Eurydice.
Ooh, Orpheus and Eurydice.
Yeah, because then I would know who the love is.
That's true.
Okay, well, there's a mirror as well. Is there anything on, around, or behind this mirror?
No, there is not, but it is quite a large mirror.
Okay.
Like it's
this wretched curse.
It is large enough that it draws your attention. It's odd. Like you can see the whole room from the mirror. Like it takes up almost the whole wall.
Wow. Well, what I know about Greek myths and reflections, Narcissus, I believe, is supposedly a part of that. Euryale.
Ooh.
I still don't recognize that name, though.
That is okay. If you did,
but
I would be worried.
Good. Okay, well, maybe I can return this mirror if I ever think of a reason to, but for now, I think we will exit the space.
Okay. You go back into the upper corridor.
Are there any doors that are open or people that I can see besides the dangling oracle?
You don't see any other people up here besides the dangling oracle. The other doors are all closed, so you assume they're the other guests. But you do see a trap door.
In the middle of
on the ceiling of the upper corridor.
Oh. Huh.
It says the following. 1 wind there is, 10 sailors row a main, 2 vessels and 1 steersman steers the twain. Also
Could this be another yeah.
Another Cleobolus.
I figured. What are the odds that you've created this exhibit just to show off some snazzy Greek riddles?
Did you know that ancient Greece had riddle masters? Like, I had no idea. That's super cool.
All right, calling these riddles implies that there are answers to them, which is concerning. Because, all right, let's see. 1 wind there is, 10 sailors row a main, 2 vessels, and 1 steersman steers the twain. This feels like it's representative of like a body part or something, like 10 sailors for 10 teeth, 2 vessels for a top and bottom. Oh, wait. Fingers? 2 vessels? Could it be handsy? Hands?
You are actually
wait. What if I say I got the answer? In his sleeveys. Sorry. That's an answer to a joke that I think is funnier if you don't know the joke, but most people probably know the joke. So anyway, regardless, what were you saying?
You're probably closer than you think. Actually, I am surprised. Luckily, there's even if you might not be familiar with Greek riddles, there is a whole bunch of Greek people here that can help you out. If/when you'd like to perhaps open this trapdoor, for no reason.
Well, I'm curious, if I knew the answer to it, would it tell me how to open it, or do you just have to shout it and it magically opens?
You would be able to guess what to do if you knew the answer.
Okay. I feel like it's got to be feet or hands. 10 sailors, 2 vessels. It's the one wind that makes less sense to me.
That is the snag, yes.
One wind there is. 10 sailors row a main. Intriguing.
Also, in case you're curious, Cleobulus was a Greek poet.
Nice.
So
makes sense. What are riddles but poems with solutions? Okay, interesting. I could try to look at these other suites. I do know that the spiral staircase goes down as well as up, you said.
Mm-hmm.
So just on the off chance that I catch people out and about, I'm wondering if I could go down twice into the basement of this temple.
Okay, you go down twice. You go into a surprisingly small basement. It's more like a cellar. So there are barrels of what you assume is wine, 7 or 8 barrels lining the wall. There's also a huge larder full of various fruits and vegetables. And there is a man leaning against the barrels playing a flute.
Well met, traveler. Hello.
This is well met, then. I grimace to think what poorly met is.
Oh.
He's wearing a cape, a short toga. He has short curly hair. And yeah, the flute he's playing is one of those Greek flutes, like
pan
it's called
flute?
an aulus. No, as the little, like little 2 chopstick things.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Are you, is your name Perseus?
It seems you have the advantage of me.
Well, I had a 50-50 shot of getting that right.
Oh, well. And who are you and your... He gestures to Watson. Assistant? Actually, he is my assistant. Yes, I'm Watson. He shakes Perseus's hand.
And I'm feeling a bit stoic. My name is Marcus Aurelius.
Oh, well, as you said, well met. What can I do for you?
Now, you were known far and abroad for a great many things. And, I mean, first of all, it would be wonderful to know, in your own words, how much of it is true. Tell me about your story.
Oh, well, I would say 95% of it is true, and the 5% that isn't is even more insane than that you have heard.
Yeah, yeah. Elaborate.
My good sir, where do I even start?
I'm trying to find an elegant way to ask for this man to tell me his myth. And I'm trying to frame it as like, oh, I already know all this, but tell me anyway. But in reality, I do not remember very well.
Much about Perseus, that is A-OK. Well, Perseus, son of Zeus and, sorry, forgive my pronunciation, Danae, one of the chief Greek heroes, most famous for slaying Medusa. That part of Percy Jackson was accurate. Everything else in there is not, pretty much. So, he also saved Andromeda from a sea monster. One of another of his famous feats. I think he ends up marrying Andromeda, or at least having kids with her, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. And what was his heroic flaw? Did he have one?
Ooh, heroic flaw. I'm going to say I don't know.
Okay.
Classically, what his heroic flaw is.
Well, I suppose stories about him will only be so helpful. The man's right here. So whatever
true.
he's really like, I'm about to find out.
Yes.
Perseus, my master and I, what do you call it if they're not my assistant? My boss and I have been tasked with uncovering what has happened to one of the revelers that has gone missing.
Yes, Euryale. I myself have been trying to do the same.
Well, wonderful. What can you tell me about her? What has transpired here?
I last saw her last night. We were feasting together. Those of us who are here, with the exception of the Oracle, of course. And Euryale retired to bed pretty early, leaving the rest of us to drink and revel in her honor. Of course, when she did not show up this morning, we launched a little search, and we have not been able to find her since. I have not been able to convince the stoic Celine to give us access to her chambers, but I'm certain there are some answers within.
Well, perhaps I could ask you a little bit about each of the revelers, starting with Euryale. What was she like?
A fine traveler, from an island called Sarpedon, I believe. If that doesn't ring any bells, that's okay.
Yes, but what about her character?
Joyous, excitable, looking forward to the solstice. It's hard to say. I didn't know her that well.
Well, tell me about the others. What of Heracles?
Well, everyone knows Heracles. In fact, I don't know if you know this, but I am his great-grandfather and half-brother.
Yes. That's Greek family trees for you.
Family reunions
Mythical.
are a mess.
I can't imagine. Wow. I wonder if Zeus thought that through. He was condemning people to the wildest of family trees.
My guess is he wasn't doing a lot of thinking.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I suppose you would not speak ill of a family member, but is Heracles as heroic as they say?
As heroic, as strong, and as airheaded as you'd expect.
All right. And Achilles?
Achilles, I'm much less familiar with. Not part of the family. But heard tale of his stories in the war. He's a great general. But I have not known him personally until this visit. He came here not long after I did.
The Minotaur.
Ah, yes, the Minotaur. Well, again, heard tale. I know Theseus had some dealings with him in the past. And I know he is not happy to be here, as he is very eager to share. But would I consider him one of my friends or a confidant? No, I would not.
How about the summer solstice generally? You all have gathered here for an event. And what is the nature of this event?
Oh, yes. Well, the summer solstice comes along every year, and here at the Island Naxos, it's supposed to be spectacular. This is when the gods and magic and mortals all intertwine. The longest day of the year, the veil between the mortal and immortal realm is thin.
Is it a time to talk to certain family members? Do you commune with deity?
Oh, I certainly plan on it.
Is it the time of year to do so? Is it a time of access?
Yes, it is not uncommon, and here in the Temple of Gods there are many deities one could reach out to.
And what is the deity favored with a statue in the center of the temple?
That, my friend, is no deity. That Colossus is Manos, the curse breaker. I do not know much about him. Perhaps you'd be wise to talk to Heracles or Selene. I believe they've both had dealings with Titans before.
Oh. Is that him encased in stone, not a statue, but the actual Manos?
That depends on who you ask.
I'm asking you.
You're asking me? My professional opinion, as a hero, Titans don't tend to stay put for very long.
So perhaps it is a likeness or a ruse, like. So it's your opinion that this is just a statue?
It is of my opinion that one should not mess around with Titans.
Yeah, that doesn't really answer my question, but all right. Manos?
Manos.
Minos?
Manos. Menos.
Like Mentos without the T.
Yeah.
The Curse Breaker. I feel like I will need to learn more about that, and it sounds like you have said Heracles would be a person to ask, or Selene.
Both of them are much more familiar with Titans and legends. Selene, I mean, she was a god.
Oh. Well, I think I need to catch up on that as well. Well, thank you. What did you do anything after dinner last night? Did you retire to your room and stay there?
Huh. Me and Achilles and Heracles, we both drank our fill of wine. Quite our fill, if I do say so. Achilles insisted. But then, yes, I retired to my bedchamber and I heard nothing the whole night.
And I suppose I've sort of already asked this, but what was your last sighting of Euryale?
Just before we broke out the wine, she went to bed and she wandered up the stairs and we never saw her again.
Walked up the stairs, you tracked her walking up the stairs and going into her room.
Well, I didn't track her going into her room, but I certainly saw her ascending the stairs.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not going into British accent. Sorry.
It's okay. It's a flavor that just pops up sometimes, and that's okay.
Classic.
Okay, so the disappearance appears to have been in the night, not prior to the festivities or anything. It was in the night.
A perplexing puzzle, to be sure. Watson felt like he wanted to say something to make sure that you knew he was still there.
It can be easy to forget, even when he's the protagonist.
Well, rest assured, hero Perseus, that we shall do our best to find this wayward heroine.
Good. And Perseus, when I say one wind there is, 10 sailors row amain, 2 vessels, and 1 steersman steers the twain. Do you know that one?
I mean, everyone's heard of the riddles of Cleobulus, obviously. So I have heard that in passing, but I'm not sure in what context you're asking me it now.
Do you know the solution?
That is for a smarter man than I.
All right. Humble for a hero. Well, after speaking with him, anything in this room worth investigating? Can I check the barrels?
You check the barrels. They are indeed full of wine. There is a drain in the center of the cellar. It's sticky, and it smells like wine as well. There's various fruits and vegetables if you would like some olives or apples or whatnot.
I mean, I'd take a handful of olives and stuff that into my toga.
Fair enough.
But is there anything else of note down here? I mean, it's interesting that it looks like some wine has been poured out. That
Mhm.
Could be significant, but I can't tell for sure.
There's nothing else on your screen that highlights when you move your cursor over it.
That's helpful. Okay. Well, I will leave Perseus to his flute playing and ascend once more to the main floor.
Okay.
Earlier, did I see Heracles go to his room?
Heracles was out front tending to the tables.
Yeah, I might be interested in going out there.
Okay. You head out front. The tables are being set. Heracles now has on an apron over his toga, and it still looks remarkably well put together. So
he has to really tighten that apron to
Yes.
go across his already tight toga.
he pretty much has the physique of Kronk. Like, yeah.
Incredible.
And he has a hot pad and a steaming dish of something and some cutlery that he's placing down.
Wow. What a hunk.
The steward is running. The ghost is now gone. Is the attendant a master, or are they a pawn?